According to your bio,
Yeah.
I can't recall the age or what grade you were in, but there was a moment in your life when you were charged with armed robbery.
Yeah.
You faced life in prison for that,
Yeah.
but were released due to lack of evidence.
Yeah. I want lack of evidence. Like, though me and my best man, me and my dog Street, like, me, him, and we had another co-defendant. Fucking around the corner, armed robbery charge going down. I mean, I had a crazy plug on the gas back then. So we're going down there, he was fucking with us and shit like that, but man, no bullshit, bro. Back then, Chrysler 300s was popping. Man, I seen a Chrysler 300, I wanted that bitch so bad, man. And just like, you had the angel on one side, the devil on one side. That shit was just like, man, the little devil on that side was just like, man, you want that Chrysler 300, that bitch had some folds on it, something like that. So I just made it up in my mind, I'm like, man, fuck it, I want to take all that shit. So I called my dog, I called Street up, you feel what I'm saying? Then we called another co-defendant up. And shit just got crazy, but and we were fighting the case and shit. We fighting the case, everybody laying down. Me and my nigga Screet, we end up in the same pod. Our other co-defendant ended up in another pod. We got paid lawyers now. You feel what I'm saying? My other co-defendant, he had quarter-point lawyers. So we go to bond here. So I'm like, what the fuck? They shoot us down, shoot me down, shoot Screet down. But he get a bond, you feel what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And man, first we ain't want to believe this shit, you feel what I'm saying? But he ended up writing a 2-page statement on niggas, and you feel what I'm saying? So we like, damn, like, it's probably gonna be over with. We in a racist ass town called Petersburg in Virginia, like, man, nothing but whites out there for real, you feel what I'm saying? It's really a college town, cause Blacksburg right next to it, but man, like, probably say like a week before we go to court, like, I think after preliminary or something like that, I mean, I don't even know what happened, but we called home and they like, man, you know, so-and-so got killed. So I'm like, damn, for real? You know what I mean, it fucked me up, cause regardless of whatever went down, like, that was my dog, you feel what I'm saying? We grew up, I grew up looking up to him. He played basketball, shit like that. We grew up in the sports and shit like that, and he was like, he was a good nigga, you feel what I'm saying? But he ended up getting killed, and me and bro, we ended up sliding off on the charge. Like, we so young back then, we just took the first plea. We could have waited and went to try and beat the whole case, cause I ain't had no witness and shit, but they was just like, man, we can let you out in like 2 days, you sign this plea. So we just took the plea and got down and skated up out of there.
What was the plea?
Man, we pled guilty to possession of stolen property. Possession of stolen property, like, you feel what I'm saying? But it was just crazy, man. We ain't like, it was just a blank lick for real. Like, the lick ain't go at plan, and shit just got fucked up. But we made up out that situation.
What age or what grade were you at this time?
I was 20 years old. I was still legit, 20 years old, dog.
But you were charged as an adult?
Yeah, definitely charged as an adult.
So what was the end result of that plea?
It was the plea shit, they let us out. I think we came home. Like, me and Screet came home like November 18th, like 4 days before my birthday. Signed the plea, they let us out like the next day. Yeah.
But what was the judgment that was part of that plea?
Oh, shit. I think 15 years with all suspended for 6 months and 5-year probation. I'm still on papers for that shit right now. No bullshit. So it's like a racist town. I don't really want to let a nigga up off there. I think bro got off, but shit, I'm still on papers for that shit, man. I kept on getting in a little bit more trouble.
And then there was another situation.
Yeah.
Where you actually end up doing 4 years
Yeah.
in prison.
Yeah.
Can you explain that?
Man, you know, I had a good run, you feel what I'm saying? Like, nigga was thugging, getting to the paper and shit like that. So I say, like, I came home off that bid. So 2000, like, that was 2011 when we came home. So by 2012, shit, I found a plug and ran it up my cousin, got down, holding the nigga down. I had that, you know what I mean? I had that work, you feel what I'm saying? You can ask about that shit in the city, nigga, I'm stamped. Like, I had that work flooding, you feel what I'm saying? When we had a good run of shit for about a good year. And then I'd say probably like after that good year run, man, my cousin, the feds, had scooped them up. You feel what I'm saying? And I went out under like a little investigation and shit. And they were trying to figure out what's going on. He home now though. And he walked that bitch down there. Shout out to Devo. But you feel what I'm saying? So shit just got a little crazy or whatever. So I end up skipping town. I moved over. I ended up catching it. They ended up still getting me with indictments, but they got me like serving fiend. You feel what I'm saying? The shit started getting fucked up after Cuz got locked up. So I wasn't fucking with niggas. I was like, man, fuck niggas. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't serving none of these niggas. You ain't like my brother, something like that, man, fuck you. I ain't serving nobody, none of that shit. So I started fucking with the J's again and shit like that. And just getting out of my element, getting out of my square, and fucking around and caught some indictments. So goddamn, I ain't even know I had the indictments, but you know how you can just feel the walls caving in. I'm like, man, shit just getting crazy. So I ended up skipping town. Man, I moved to fucking Seattle. Moved to Seattle, man, with my dog over there, and got down and tried to just get a fresh start. I was like, man, fuck, I'm gonna take the music shit serious. I'm gonna do all that, you feel what I'm saying? Get that shit together. But end up getting over there, that shit was like walking into a pot of gold, you feel what I'm saying? I get over there, man, shit, they say the grass green on the other side, it's really green on that west side. I'm talking about big bags of gas, all that good shit. So I get over there, man, find me a plug on the gas and start moving and grooving, you feel what I'm saying? Get my shit in, getting it going, had a good run, you know what I mean? Cause I was already buying cars and shit like Lexuses, Lex trucks, Benzes, all that good shit. I had a bubble Caprice with the deuces on it. I couldn't even drive that motherfucker cause they got them. I ain't know how to turn the wheel, so I said fuck it. When they got me a Benz and got me 2 Lexuses and shit like that. But when I got over there, I started seeing a different type of money, you feel what I'm saying? So nigga upgraded the Benzes, upgraded the motherfucking, and then I went and snatched a Porsche. Man, it seemed like as soon as I bought that motherfucking Porsche truck, man, I bought that motherfucking Cayenne, it was just bringing a lot of attention, bad jury, bust downs, all that good shit, you feel what I'm saying? But I was so wide open, and I ended up being on a run. I'm over there one day, I'm goddamn on the way to the airport. Like, no cap, bro, I was on like some Boston, Georgia shit, nigga, flying across 30, 40 P's at the time and shit. And goddamn, so I'm on the way to the airport, man, I had to been gone for real. So I was ready to go scoop the joint up and shoot to the airport and shit. Man, I look in the rear view, me and my old lady at the time, she just kept saying, who is this riding me like this? So I'm like, I don't know who it is. Like, fuck it, I ain't thinking about it, I'm just trying to get to this bag. So we get to the light, man, I swear to God, I see like five, six officers jump out, big ass scraps, you feel what I'm saying, pointing at a nigga. I'm like, damn, what the fuck going on? And I knew I was on the run I bucked on a driving on suspended charge, but ended up being the U.S. Marshals. So they jump out the car, they draw down on me and shit. So I'm like, damn, what all this about? They like, man, you got a warrant in Colonial Heights, such and such. So I'm like, God damn, like y'all doing all this about a driving charge? So they throw me in the back of the junk. So I'm like, man, can you tell me what my charges is? So he started reading, and they was like, you got crack cocaine indictments. So I'm like, damn, crack cocaine, what the fuck? Man, as soon as I thought about this shit, I thought about it probably like 10 minutes. I'm quiet the whole ride. I'm thinking about this shit. I'm like, damn, I know who got me. You feel what I'm saying? I know who had got me. Cause I remember the whole situation vividly, how this shit happened. I was like, damn, that's crazy. So goddamn, they take me downtown, and over there they got to give you a bond, because when they send the marshals over there, they put no bond. You feel what I'm saying? But over there they got to give you a bond. So I'm in that joint sweating. I'm like, damn, they ready to extradite a nigga. I'm gonna be having to sit in this bitch till they come get me and shit like that. So I go to the joint like the next morning, go to the court joint. So I see niggas, everybody coming in there, they like, shit, my bond $75K, or my bond $200,000, or my bond $10,000. So I'm like, damn, everybody getting the bond. You feel what I'm saying? So I go in that bitch, such. They like, yeah, the city of Colonial Heights requested no bond, such. But we're gonna grant you a bond of $20,000. I said, shit. My old lady, I looked back, I said, babe, come get me right now. So goddamn, I ended up bonding out, man. I went on a run. So the whole time I'm on the run, I'm still moving around, still getting in. And shit, you know, when you on the run, it's crazy, cause like, it's probably like the most fun I never had, cause I'm living carefree for real. I know I'm going to jail eventually, you feel what I'm saying? I know I'm going to jail, but I'm just so carefree. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna run this shit up while I can, have the most fun I can, and this what it's gonna be. So, man, shit got crazy. I ended up moving back over here. But I was just ducked off how I was moving and shit like that. But I was started rapping. I was like, shit, if I blow first with the rap shit, that's gonna trump everything. Cause I'd be able to make me some M's, pay for me a lawyer, all that good shit, and I'd be straight. But man, I end up, I drop, I go, what happened, man? I go buy a house, buy the Porsche, got me a new old lady, shit like that. So the music shit started jumping. My shit on World Star, and did like 10 million views on World Star. Goddamn, I'm ready to blow. Labels reaching out to me. I go meet with Kevin Lyles. I meet with nigga Jamel Hunter at TIG. So I'm like, damn, I'm ready to blow. But that whole time, I ain't telling none of these labels or none of these people that I got a situation that I'm on a run or none of that shit. So even if they wanted to help me, they couldn't, because I ain't keeping the band. I was keeping that shit to myself, because I ain't want them to feel like I was a big risk, you feel what I'm saying? So like, man, I ended up dropping a mixtape on fucking February 17th. February 17th. I'm in Miami when I drop it. Man, I fly back from Miami, go re-up, fly back. Man, the next morning, somebody close to me, I ain't even gonna speak on it because I let this shit go, but somebody close to me had put the people on me, and I was gone. 4 years straight, no bond, you feel what I'm saying? None of that shit. Just throw this shit out, you feel what I'm saying?
So how long were you actually on the run for? If we're thinking back and you can estimate a time.
I probably lasted like a good year and a half on the run.
How long did you think you were gonna be able to last on the run?
You know, you think you're gonna run forever. When shit first pop up, you always think you're gonna run forever. You think like, I always think like, man, I'm gonna outsmart these people, they can't catch me. I got my location off, that nobody know where I'm at. I'm posting shit, but I'm putting fake locations like I'm here and I'm there. But I end up starting getting sloppy, you feel what I'm saying? Because I got so comfortable while I was on the run, I ended up getting a little sloppy with the shit and fuck around and got pinched, you know what I mean? And the shit was so crazy because my old lady at the time, my ex-fiance, she ended up getting caught up in the shit. See, I get away from this shit for real. Like I'm jazzed, like, when they come in the house, I had a motherfucking camera at the front door. So I see the police at the door, so I'm like, damn, what the fuck? So I see him come up in that bitch. So in the room, in my old room, you got the bathroom right here, you got the shower right here, you got the walk-in closet, then there's another door, that's where the toilet at. And by the toilet is a window right there. So I go through the window leads to the roof, I jump off the roof. So my old lady, she go to the house, she like, if y'all ain't got no warrant, y'all got to get out of my property. But they end up making her stay there. They detained her until they did get a warrant. Cause they didn't have no warrant to come in there. I could have fought the case for real, but she ended up getting caught in the mix of it. So I just went and took my lick like a man. I was just like, look, man, when they get that warrant, just call me, I'm gonna pull up. And I'm gonna, you know what I mean? I'm gonna take the fall for this shit, cause I ain't gonna let you go down, you feel what I'm saying? You got a daughter. I mean, I got kids too, but she ain't had nothing to do with that shit. So I just stood on all 10 about it and went and laid down.
Go ahead.
I thought I was gonna do like 2 years max, you feel what I'm saying? But and I'm giving a little four piece, but I mean, that shit wasn't about nothing. Real.
In regards to her, they just let her go? When you show up, they let her go? They don't charge her with anything?
Them people played it raw, man. They still locked her up. She ended up getting locked up for like 2 weeks. They gave her the same charge. They're really trying to make her flip, but she kept it silent, stayed down. Shit, I bought both of his lawyers. And, you know what I mean? She made up out I exonerated her. She made it out her situation. She got good, you feel what I'm saying? And I just went ahead and laid it down for her.
Did she still end up with any charges? Did she have to plead to anything, or were charges dismissed?
No, they dismissed her. They let her walk.
Okay.
They let her walk. They had me, and they see she wasn't gonna tell shit, so they let her walk. Yeah.
What's your relationship with her these days?
She cool. She cool. You know, time tear people apart for real. So, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna say she won't be able to do the time, but I just had so much shit with me for real. Like, everything started coming out when a nigga get locked up. Y'all, all the dirt I done been doing and all the bullshit, man. And you feel what I'm saying? I couldn't expect her to stay after all this shit, but she tried to ride it out long as she could. But you feel what I'm saying? Like I said, time tear people apart. And me personally, that was my first real bid, because everything else I had before that, I beat. Remember I told you I beat the robbery. You feel what I'm saying? Another little bullshit, little 60 days here. So it was my first bid, so that shit was really fucking with me, because I had shit going on for myself, you feel what I'm saying? So that shit was fucking with me, made me insecure as shit. I'm calling, I'm thinking she doing this, doing that, walls talking to me and shit like this. So yeah, I kind of just like ran her off, for real. But yeah, she cool though.
Still keep in contact with her?
Not for real. I might call her once in the blue moon, but you know, it's the past, but she cool though.
Now, because you ran from these charges, do you face extra charges for the running itself?
Nah, they ain't give me no illusion. I know I wasn't gonna get no motherfucking bond though. I knew that was dead, and I knew they won't give me no bond. You feel what I'm saying? So I was just like, man, fuck it, because I was on the run too long. So I knew that was dead, but they ain't give me no illusion for getting away or nothing like that, because they ain't really know what was going on. They just seen me pop up and say, look, man, I take responsibility for this. You feel what I'm saying? Put the cuffs on me and lay it down.
You had a paid attorney?
Yeah, I had a paid attorney. I had Russell Bowles with his bitch ass. He sold me out for real. I could have got a better deal, could have got a better plea, you feel what I'm saying? But I should have knew he was fucked up. You know, I should have knew he was fucked up, because he came in there, right? And he was like, anytime a lawyer asks you, man, is you willing to cooperate, you need to fire him on the spot. You feel what I'm saying? You need to fire that nigga on the spot. So if you're a real street nigga, a real trap nigga, you need to fire that motherfucker on the spot, man. Cause if I would have known better, I should have got somebody who was gonna fight for me. But he came in looking for a plea, and there was loopholes. I could have beat that shit for real, for real.
What were you facing if you took it to trial and lost?
Shit, it
in this situation?
It been over with. It been over with. I got caught with a whole lot of pounds of weed. Then I still had to fight the crack cocaine indictment. So shit, I had two lawyers actually. I had one lawyer. I had Lee killed up for the crack indictment, the crack cocaine indictments, and I had Russell Bowles for the weed charge. But he was supposed to be like a heavy hitter in the county that I was at. So I was just going for a name, you know, jail talking, listening to niggas like, yeah, get him, shit like that. And he had already beat some shit from my uncle Rich. So I just went with him, man. That shit was just, I could have did better, but you know, you live and you learn. But yeah, I would have laid down. I'd probably still be gone now. At least a dime. Between all this shit, at least a dime.
So you were fighting two cases simultaneously?
Yeah, that shit was crazy, you feel what I'm saying? Stay solid though.
And how did it work? Do they combine the cases together?
No.
Can you explain how?
One was in one city and one was in the other city, so.
So how does it work when you have to face one court and then another court because they're in two separate, like, explain.
Oh shit, they just gonna keep transferring your ass. You wake up about 4 in the morning. I was locked up Chesterfield, but I got caught in Kelowna Heights, so Chesterfield, that's a hop and a skip to their courtroom for real, but Kelowna Heights, they load you up, put you in the paddy wagon, drive you over to their courtroom, you in the fucking holding tank, about 3-4 hours for you and goddamn get to go in the courtroom, and shit just crop for real. It's the crappiest shit ever, man. If you gonna get in trouble, man, just don't get in trouble. That's all I'm gonna say. Just don't get in trouble, man. That shit crap, man.
Were there co-defendants in either case?
My co-defendant, like I said, was my old lady, but 5 my other case, nah.
And she was in which case? The weed case?
Yeah, the weed case.
And so you have 2 different attorneys. Why 2 different attorneys? Because they were in 2 different. Explain the strategy there.
Could
you have had one attorney do both, or no, that's impossible?
No, I don't think you can do that.
Okay.
Not in my knowledge, but Lee killed of where we from. She like, that's like our Johnny Cochran for real. Her and David Whalen, they like our Johnny Cochran up there. So Lee killed her. I kind of like, you know, I was in love and shit like that, so I went ahead and got her the big boy, you feel what I'm saying? Just to make sure she all the way good for real, you know what I mean? If I would have known about it, I would have swapped it around, because I would exonerate her anyway. So I went and should have got myself the big boy lawyer, but you feel what I'm saying? I just did what I felt was the right thing to do, you feel what I'm saying? So I ended up just hiring Lee for the case in Kelowna Heights for the indictments.
So when do you actually get each attorney?
As soon as I get locked up. As soon as I get locked up. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Before I even pulled up, I went ahead and go ahead and got that retained, got that shit straight. Like, you don't want to go in that joint and be standing and waiting and shit like that. Hell no, you want to go in there ready to throw down. Got to be ready to fight them folks.
Did your attorney with the crack case know you were on the run?
Hell no. Hell no. Only people closest to me really knew I was on the run for real.
But you hire the attorney before you go on the run, right? No, or am I saying that wrong?
No, I ain't, bro. I told you I'm wild, and I ain't think I was getting caught, so I ain't gonna retain. You feel what I'm saying? And it's crazy because Shorty kept telling me like, you need to go ahead and holler. I'm like, man, these people ain't gonna catch me. I'm good. You feel what I'm saying? I'm running it up. I seen my first goddamn 100. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I'm straight. Like I ain't tripping off none of that shit. But that shit just ain't go as planned. But I just knew I was like, I had paper, so I knew whenever I did take a fall that I was gonna be all right. Like, it wasn't no problem getting no attorney or no shit like that.
So I guess that's where my confusion is. You go to Seattle, you get the bond there for $20,000.
Yeah.
But do you retain an attorney at that moment?
I knew I was gonna run. As soon as they gave me the bond.
Okay. Okay, so you bond and then you run.
Yeah.
And then you get the attorney for that later.
When I get up getting towed.
When you get the weed situation.
Yeah, when I get towed off, that's when I got that. When I got the lawyer. Like I said, I had some scratch, so I wasn't even really worried about that shit.
So in the timeline of events, which case gets wrapped up first? Which do you take a plea to first?
I took a plea for the indictments first. Like, for real, I had their ass. I had their mark ass. But them motherfuckers, man, they ended up finding the witness. Because I told you I was on the run for like a year and some change for it. So you know how it is when a crackhead set you up or some shit like that. Ain't no telling where they might be at. You feel what I'm saying? So when my man, I'm like, shit, man, that bitch, she ain't gonna come to court. I'm gonna be straight. He ain't gonna come to court. They ain't gonna come to court. You feel what I'm saying? But they ended up finding that motherfucker. Yeah.
And what was the final charge of the plea that you accept?
For the crack cocaine, them my first drug charge. So I took a plea for 14 months. No, hold on. They gave me, it was 4 indictments. They knocked 2 down and gave me 8 months apiece for, so it was 16 months. 16 months, which you do like 12 months. Yeah.
Okay, and that wraps up first.
That wrapped up first.
And then the weed situation. Yeah. That case, that.
And I had a violation too from the robbery. I had a violation too. So that was the last joint I had to fight.
So it was 3 cases then?
Yeah, but you know, violation, and like I kind of knew that wasn't gonna be too much for real. Cause that was like my first time having to come in front of people, you feel what I'm saying? But I knew that one would be much. They ain't give me number 6 months for that.
Did you retain a different attorney for that one, or did you use?
Nah, they had a good court appointed down there. I was just like, man, fuck it, you feel what I'm saying?
So you used a court-appointed attorney for that?
Yeah, for the violation.
How'd you know they were good?
You know, just listening to certain people, and I was familiar already with their court system from fighting them back in the day. So when they told me who I had, I didn't even know he was a court appointed for real. But once I heard it, I was like, oh, all right, bro. They were like, man, he gonna take care of you. And he did. He did. He was real responsive, calling, making sure it was great, keeping me up with they know everything that was going on. You know what I'm saying?
And so the weed case, what did you plead to? What was the final charge you plead to?
That's why I say, man, that bitch ass nigga, he tricked me, man. Russell Bowles tricked me for real, man. Cause I told you I could afford that bitch some more. I could have probably brought him to the door and beat it. But he just like, man, this the best thing you can do. And I ended up taking a motherfucking open plea, man. He was like, man, they gonna stay within your guidelines, such and such. You probably gonna get the low end of your guidelines, being that these your first set of drug charges and shit like that. And they feel like you got good character because you stood up. You feel what I'm saying? You stood up for your girl, and you know what I mean. You accept the responsibility, man. That bitch ain't they ain't do none of that shit, man. Ain't none of that shit. But I want like. By then, I'd already had some time, so I was like, all right, fuck it, you feel what I'm saying? Just come on with it, man. When you fight cases, by the time you know you're ready to lose, or no shit ready to go down, you just ready to get the time and just get the shit out the way by then. You feel what I'm saying?
So what was the end result there? What was the final charge and how much was that time?
Between all three between the indictments, the marijuana possession with intent to distribute 5 or more pounds, and the violation indictment, I ended up getting 4 years, 7 months.
And how does that work? Because the first plea that you agreed to was 16 months.
Yeah.
So do you do the 16 months and then you got to be transferred somewhere else to serve the remainder?
No, because up there they got a regional jail. You got the county jail, which is the joint I was at first, but they only keep you there for like a month. After that month, they send you like the Riverside. Riverside, that's where everybody go with, like from the surrounding areas, the under-tri-city areas. They send you to Riverside. You feel what I'm saying? And I was at Riverside for a hot little second. Then they transferred me. I fuck around and I had a cell phone. Cause I was gonna thug it out there. But I fuck around. They tried to give me a cell phone charge, but they ain't found it on my person. See, cause I'm kind of like a lot of people know me where I'm from. So all the guys in there, some of the guys I done hit already, or some of them they just know me from the music and shit like this. So I was kind of like having my way in that motherfucker. So. And we ended up getting a phone in that bitch, and we just ping-ponging between me and a few of my niggas and shit. But man, this one bitch ass nigga, everybody was coming to my cell, I would put them out the cell, like, nah, I don't want nobody in my cell, shit like that. So this one motherfucker, man, he just kept on, he knew I had the phone too, cause I started doing a little extra shit, like niggas know, like, in there, like, we had our own little phone line and shit. So once I started getting on the phone as much or something like that, I'm in the cell more and shit like that. Niggas started catching on, and this nigga, he used to always be beefing on the phone with his old lady, always arguing and shit like that. So he trying to get in the cell with me so he can get down with the phone. I'm like, nah, hell nah. So he send the people in there. He don't know I know. When he see the interview, he don't know I know now. He don't know I know though. Bitch ass nigga.
How'd you find out?
I just knew, cause when they came and got me at like 4 in the morning, but I'm so smart, right? Like nighttime, I ain't never used to go to sleep with that bitch. So I gave it to my nigga in the next cell over, he'll have that bitch. So goddamn, when they come get me like 4 in the morning, they come in there, they searching the room, I see they pop his cell. So I'm like, what the fuck they popping his cell for? I see him come out, he talking for a second, then he go back in, he go back in the cell, they close the door. So I'm just peeping everything like, all right, yeah, that bitch ass nigga. And he kept trying to get in the cell with me, so he probably just salty.
You don't confront him about it?
I mean, nah, hell, fuck him. Mother made him, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He ain't like goddamn, he got me no, I ain't got no street charge or nothing for it. And they couldn't charge me with shit, because they ain't finding on me. You feel what I'm saying? Possession, I ain't sense of the law, but they ain't on me, they ain't mine. I don't know what's up with it. But they did end up finding the phone, but they found it in the pod. I'm telling these niggas, I'm like, look, flush, because they take me out the cell. They take me out the cell, take me to the gym. From the gym, I see everybody coming out on the rec yard and shit like that, so we can see each other. So I'm telling niggas like, hey, I'm telling them like, flush the phone. But these niggas, they trying to get down, hold on to the phone for themselves for real. So instead of just flushing the phone, they got down trying to put it, so they try to hide it up under a tray or some shit like that. And the officer ended up finding the phone and shit like that, but it found in the common area. You feel what I'm saying? So you can't charge no better.
Do you know how the phone got there in the first place?
I don't know nothing. I don't know about no phone. I don't know nothing about no phone.
And what about, if you did confront him, that could have led to another charge, possibly.
Yeah, cause he tell something about something like that. I ain't no telling what you gonna tell about. I ain't gonna get to see him again. I ain't gonna see him again after that, for real. You feel what I'm saying? They couldn't even take me to the hole or nothing. They just sent me to another pod. But they come get me out the pod one day, and the Sergeant McDougal, I think that was his name. He like, look, man, we gonna get you off of we gonna get you up off this. You got like too much influence over my officers. He was like, so we're gonna go ahead and ship you. So I'm like, all right, it is what it is. So they ended up shipping me, goddamn, right back to that country racist ass town I caught my charge at it first for my violation time. Because I really just supposed to go for open night court, then come back. But they ended up shipping me, man.
And were there any other places that you actually spend time at, aside from the ones you've already named?
Penitentiary. Hey, they sent me, I went to the penitentiary. Hey, when I went there, that's when my time started getting a little smooth. Because in the jail, man, that shit that shit the worst. Especially down Riverside, if you know anybody in Virginia, in the Tri-Cities, Petersburg, Colonial Heights, Chesterfield, Prince George, all that shit, man. Riverside, that shit like an 80X for real, man. You know, always locked down. You might be out the cell for like 2 hours, 2 hours out the day. You locked down the rest of the time, man. That shit like a maximum security. For real. So once they shipped me, when they did ship me, it was sweeter down there for real. Well, it ain't never sweet when you locked up, but my time was a little easier at the regional jail down there. And you know what I mean? She just went, then once they shipped me to the penitentiary, that's when she started going a little smooth.
Which one?
I went to Nottaway for receiving. With the Nottaway receiving, I stayed there for about a month. You know what I mean? Going through the motions, getting all my blood work done, all this the other dumbass shit, and getting my security level and shit. Then they sent me to Greensville Correctional. That's why I finished my time off here.
So how much time do you actually do in the penitentiary?
I did, what, 2 years, like 2 years, 4 months.
And that was state penitentiary.
Yeah, state penitentiary.
And give me some more clarity on this. The cocaine plea, right?
Yeah.
Where you get 16 months for that. Was that the first initial plea that they offer you? Or
Yeah.
did you reject a plea and get that plea?
I told you I was gonna fight it. So I seen, Lee came in there with the motherfucking, with the footage and shit like that. So man, I'm looking stupid as a bitch, man. And this lady, man, this lady got high, man. I wanted to fuck this lady so bad, man. She was bad. She was a functional G. You feel what I'm saying? She was a functional addict. Man, I wanted to fuck that crackhead so goddamn bad, boy. Hey, look, so you should see me in there. And the way she got me, I'm so stupid. She like, hey, yeah, we used to talking about sports. She used to love the Cowboys. So she like, hey, you like my Cowboys, fellas? I'm serving. I'm like, yeah, baby. Yeah, I'm like, whole time the camera right there. I'm in that bitch. I'm talking to Lee. I said, I look stupid. At least, yeah. Yeah, you looking pretty dumb. So yeah, that shit was, I was like, damn, it's over with. So once they said they found him, man, I was like, man, fuck it, just come on with the plea.
So you accept the first plea?
Yeah, I went ahead and took it, because it was 4 indictments. She got me 4 times, but they ended up knocking 2 of them off.
That was part of the agreement?
Yeah.
And you were okay with that? You didn't decide to fight it any further?
No, because I already knew, like, 8 months apiece for them, 16 months. I mean, that shit ain't about nothing. That's a year.
What camera actually caught you? The J wore the camera?
She had the shit in the fucking pillars, man. In the fucking pillars. One, that was the main one I remember. The other times, I don't even know how the fuck she got me for real. But I know that was like the main one I remember seeing. I think she got me with that joint like 2 times. Then the other time, I don't know if she was wearing the camera or what on her person. I can't remember the shit for real. She just showed me the 2 ones that I had tapped out to.
And then in the weed case, you use this phrase called open plea. And that means that whatever the judge gives you, you have to accept. There's no debating that. There's no fighting that.
I mean, you can always go back for like reconsideration and shit, which I did, but they shot me down. I went back for a reconsideration, but they shot me down, ended up paying a lawyer, like, cause he told me, he was like, look, you take the open plea, go ahead, take the open plea, and after you take that jank, you go ahead and do a little drug program and shit like that. We come back in here 4, 5 months later, ask for a reconsideration, and you should be good. So by this time, they had shipped me. So when they shipped me down to jail and shit, so I done went and got all these certificates and shit, took all these drug classes, all this dumbass shit. You feel what I'm saying? Which it was pretty good, because I did learn from some of the classes, Planned Parenthood and all that shit. But after they do that shit, man, I go back for reconsideration. My date was June 26th. Man, them people come ship me to the penitentiary on June 6th. And once they ship you to DOC, your reconsideration done. But they fucked up because I had a hold on me. I had a hold. They weren't supposed to ship me, but they still ship me. So I had the ups. I'm like, look, y'all ship me, I won't pull to ship me. So they end up shipping me back to the jail. So I'm thinking, all right, boom, they ship me back, I'm gonna be good. But when I go back to court again, I think I went on August 31st, 2017. they shot me down again. So when I'm in there, I was like, man, after he tell me he can't do it, the judge like he can't do it, I'm like, man, just send me back to the penitentiary, bro. Like, take me back there. Like, let me go ahead and get my time out of the way.
So you paid the attorney extra money
Yeah.
to try to get this looked at again,
Yeah.
and still fell out of your favor.
Yeah.
So pretty much everything the attorney said was going to be in your benefit was the opposite.
That man got,
he said it would be on the lower end of the open plea, and it wasn't. And he said if you try to get it looked at again, you'll probably be good with the drug program scenario and things of that nature, and you weren't again. So you were 0 for 2.
He sold me out. That's all that happened. He sold me out. But I did get all my shit back because Dad took my Porsche. Dad took like some shit of jewelry from me. Dad took some little cash, but he ain't tricked me with that. He told me, yeah, just forfeit the cash, man. It's gonna look good when you go for sentencing. Just forfeit the cash. So I forfeit the money over so they can have that shit. But I fought and got my motherfucking jewelry in my Porsche bag though. But I still ain't even getting none of that. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's a whole nother story though.
And
penitentiary was wild too. Like when I got to penitentiary, that's when time started getting a little smooth and shit. I go to the receiving, I'm like, all right, this shit all right, but man, shit, you got so much access to shit in there. It's like being on the streets for real. It's like being on the streets when you're in the penitentiary. It's just like a fishbowl, you feel what I'm saying? That shit like a fishbowl. I get in there, got me a little CO bitch, you feel what I'm saying? A little bad little thing, bad little ton in there. You feel what I'm saying? In there getting big head, getting pussy, all type of shit, weed, cigarettes, whatever I really wanted, for real.
You had sex with a CO?
Hell yeah.
In penitentiary?
Hell yeah.
How do you do that without getting caught?
You gotta be a smooth operator. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta be, I'm slick. I'm real slick. So, you feel what I'm saying? Once you get up in their head, I get in their head like Tylenol. You feel what I'm saying? And once I got in her head, I just had her doing all type of shit for me, for real. I said I was so smooth, I was so slick with this shit, right? So boom, they got the secretary room back there. So look, I'm gonna tell you, they got the secretary room. So look, all right, boom, you go to the secretary room. Right there, there's a camera from the booth, but the camera can only see the front of the desk, and there's a copy machine right there, and there's a desk right there. So I got them, I go every day, like I'm making copies and shit like that, because I was making business plans and shit for other inmates in there. So I go in there and make copies. She'll take me right there, like we making copies and shit. I walk up over there, she come around the other side. I mean, whip out and wow. You know what I'm saying? And that bitch getting it in. That shit, man, that made time go by so fast like that, man. You feel what I'm saying? But the only fucked up part is niggas always, like, she was like the baddest CEO on the yard, you feel what I'm saying? I ain't gotta say her name, but you feel what I'm saying? Niggas know what it is, cause all niggas did was talk about this shit. All niggas come on saying, oh yeah, I heard so and so fucking with such and such, but yeah, she was like the baddest joint on there. But I kept telling her she started doing too much, coming to my cell and shit. She'll be in there, we'll be at the cell, we'll be talking about 10 minutes. We was in a whole relationship for real, might as well say, you feel what I'm saying? We was in a whole little relationship, but when ain't nothing but niggas in there and you the only girl in there and you bad as fuck for real, far as penitentiary bad, you feel what I'm saying? Like on the streets it'd be something different, but like when you locked up, everything be looking good, you feel what I'm saying? All the CO bitches be looking good to you, you know what I mean? But she was like one of them ones. Everybody was at her and shit. You know what I mean? Nigga mad at me, why you mad, but she chose. And she bring that sack in right now for my bros, nigga.
How many times did you have a sexual situation with her while you were locked up?
Man, I was doing this shit like every shift because she was working 3 days, 2 days off. I knew her whole schedule for real, man. Like it got to a point outside, like, man, I'd be looking forward to it. And her days off and shit. I'd be doing anything trying to goddamn make these next couple of days come, working out, reading books. I probably call Street about 20 times. But when she come to work, and all that shit ceased because I'm chasing her head down. You feel what I'm saying? But she was chasing too. She liked the flavor. Then I was fresh as a bitch in there, you feel what I'm saying? I came in there, I got the little skinnies made, got the Timbs, got the skinnies made up, got the Timbs, got my shirt look, you know what I mean? And that was that diamond ring, these diamond rings right here. That's why I still got them on. They ain't the highest quality of diamonds, you feel what I'm saying? But I done had them so long, they sentimental to me. I got through my beard with these bitches. You feel what I'm saying? Then I got me some little Cartiers and shit, so I was dripping in that bitch.
So you would receive oral sex from her?
Yeah.
And you would have sexual intercourse with her?
I hit her one time, man. I hit her one time, and I flopped for real. You feel what I'm saying? Cause I hadn't got no pussy in a couple years, so I get up in that joint, man. In my head, I'm, you feel me, right? Take her to Pound Town for real. I'm like, man, I'm gonna punish this joint. But I get up in that joint, man. That joint got down, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. I'm getting, But I did punish her for them little 4 minutes though. Them little 4 minutes, I put that work in. After that, it was over with. Joint went limp and everything. I was like, damn, boy, it felt like I just ran a marathon.
So, how many times do you think you had received oral sex from her?
I don't even know, but I was getting big head like a dolphin now. That's how I wanted that shit for real.
Would you ever go down on her?
Fuck no. I don't know what she doing outside them walls. She doing that to me, and I'm in there. I ain't no telling what you doing out here in the other nigga. And
that was my next question. So, did you know she had a relationship on the outside?
She had a boyfriend. She was wild now. I'd be in that joint. She'd be on the phone with her boyfriend and shit. Got down in that bitch. I threw her on the phone. I'm just waiting by the copy machine. She's like, yeah, baby, I love you. Get off the phone, hang up, walk around that bitch. Wow. You know what I'm saying? That's why I know. I said, man, bitches ain't shit, man. I'm talking about it got so bad. Shit, I'm in there with her doing shit. Goddamn. I leave them out there. I call my girl thinking she doing something just because I see how bitches carrying. I'm like, yeah, I know you fucking all such and such. You know what I mean? All that type of dumb ass shit. You know what I mean? It's just penitentiary shit for real. Like now I think about it, I can look back on that shit, but like, yeah, you feel what I'm saying? I got some shit done.
But just to be fair, sexually speaking here, even though you didn't go down on her and she went down on you, you could technically still catch something that way.
Yeah, man, I guess so, man. Penitentiary, I ain't thinking about that, man. Shit. I ain't fucking no boys, so she a bitch, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah, man,
but if she had HIV, if she had herpes?
Man, listen, man, I won't get no pussy. I had opportunity to get pussy in here. I want it, cuz, you feel what I'm saying? And she bad as a bitch. Bad little red bone.
I'm just being transparent for the audience.
But I'm good. My paperwork came back clean. You feel what I'm saying? I'm good.
And when you did have sexual intercourse with her, did you have protection? You hit it raw.
Raw squirrel.
So you wouldn't go down on her because you don't know what she had going on the outside world, but you...
Man, Small, you see, you trying to set me up now, good. You trying to set me up.
I'm just trying to be transparent with the audience.
No, real shit though, on some G shit. Cause you gotta think, bro, like you ain't done, you feel what I'm saying? Man, I don't give a fuck. Niggas would've goddamn cut their left arm off. I was in there with niggas doing life sentence, triple life sentence. Niggas would've cut their arm off to get up in there. I ain't thinking about that shit for real.
I know you didn't think about that.
And I ain't had to pay for a nigga off the love, off face card, shit.
And I understand your perspective where you're coming from, but she's not here in this interview to defend herself. And the reason why I'm, kind of interjecting here is because when I said, well, why didn't you go down on her? And you said, you kind of downed her. Well, I don't know what she got going on the outside, but that's why I'm just
What I'm saying is,
but you get what I'm trying to say.
I feel you saying, I know you.
You're downing her, and she's not here to defend herself.
But when you go to the
so I just wanted to just be transparent. That's all.
This is how I'm gonna put it. When you go to the strip club, right? You go to the booty club and shit. You go to the strip club and shit, and you feel what I'm saying? Like when you having money and shit like that, you feel what I'm saying? You see a little bad little stripper joint in there, and we go back there for the private dance. And you know what I mean? Automatic nigga like, shit, what's up with that pussy? What you want for that? Like, you know what she doing. You see she a scribble, but she trying to give you the pussy. And she like, all right, just give me $500-$600. You hit her off and shit like that. I know you do. What you gonna go? You would gonna eat that pussy. That's what you gonna do. You gonna eat the pussy, won't you?
Well, I'm not part of this interview.
No, see that. You gonna eat that pussy. That was you.
I'm asking the questions.
You would've ate that jack.
I'm not being interviewed.
Yeah, you would've ate that pussy. I already see what's going on. You gonna eat that pussy. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it, bro. You like what you like. You like what you like. Me personally,
I'm left out of this conversation.
I'm gonna eat that pussy. That's dead. You feel what I'm saying? That's super dead.
I'm out of this conversation. You're just assuming and inferring here.
Yeah.
But this interview's about you, not me. So I'm out of the conversation.
Shit, come on, skip past all that. I did all that. You feel what I'm saying? Hey, Small, you a wild nigga too. Yeah.
Okay, so I had some more questions about it, but you want me to skip it, and I'll respect that.
Come on with it. Come on, we don't keep it raw. We don't keep it going. We don't keep it raw.
Okay, so I do want to ask you this.
What's up?
Did other inmates know you were having this relationship with her?
Yeah, cause like I told you, that shit like a fishbowl, man. So like, that's a fishbowl in there. So, you know the fishbowl there, a fish tank. You can go move around all you want to, but you stuck in these little box for real. So motherfuckers pay attention. There really ain't no secrets in the penitentiary for real. You feel what I'm saying? There ain't too many secrets in there. So niggas pay attention. Niggas see how she moving, and we kind of like, you feel what I'm saying? You got a little thing going on, and you feel what I'm saying? Motherfuckers pay attention, but like shit, I ain't give a fuck. You feel what I'm saying? Niggas do slick this and hating shit. You feel what I'm saying? Niggas dropping notes on me and shit, telling the sergeants and shit that we fucking around and all that shit. But
and that was my next question was, were you worried about another inmate telling that this was going on, or could this have gotten you into trouble?
Well, we were moving right though. We was moving right, but we just, you feel what I'm saying? Penitentiary love, man. You feel what I'm saying? Penitentiary love. Penitentiary love. We won't really have too many cares, but we moved good enough in there. We didn't get caught up.
How did this relationship end?
They moved me. They shipped me over to re-entry when it was time for me to go home. I think I had like a year left. They sent me to re-entry.
So you were in a relationship from the time you had met her up until that point?
As soon as I got there, it was up. As soon as she seen me, first day she seen me.
Because that was my next question was, what happens if she didn't like you anymore, or you didn't like her anymore? Could she have been spiteful on her end and gotten you into trouble over this, or?
Nah, she ain't play like that. She carried it wrong, you feel what I'm saying? She said, she actually is so crazy, she ended up liking one of my partners. So like I put my partner down with him because he had some more time. He had like 7 more years to do. So I put him down with him right before I left and went over there. So he started doing his thing with him. And they sent me to re-entry. I went and finished my time off. Fuck her now. Shit, that was for the moment. What it was.
Do you think before she engaged in a relationship with you, she had done this with a previous inmate? Or do you think you were her first?
I don't know.
Penitentiary love.
I don't know, shit. I ain't really care. I don't even think about the next nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Unless I'm helping the next nigga get on with her. That's what I did before. I wish you done did and all that sucker ass shit. Fuck all that.
When other inmates figured out what was going on, did you ever own up to it? Did you ever say to another inmate and confirm this was going on?
If they was talking, they was just whispering around me, but I ain't gonna say nothing to me about that shit.
And my final question, in her perspective, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can answer this question or not, but an audience member watching this interview might say, she has a boyfriend on the outside.
Yeah.
Why would she risk her job, a charge, to have a relationship with someone like you in the inside when she can have anything she wants on the outside?
Wait, shit.
And I don't know if you can answer that question or not.
You can have me on the inside, fuck the outside. Yeah, you can have Porter on the inside, fuck the outside. But I don't know what her motive was. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know what her motive was. She probably might still be with dude. That's why I never speak on her name. You feel what I'm saying? But you feel what I'm saying? Motherfucker don't. Motherfucker only got what they think they know. They don't really know shit for real.
Was this the only sexual relationship you had with a CO?
Yeah. Like I was flirting with other COs and shit, but they won't bite how she was biting. And the Jones who was biting, I ain't really want. But by the time I moved over to re-entry, bro, I was just focused on getting to the dough for real, bro. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Running up with a little bag and shit, and then had my little trap shit going on, getting a little paper and shit. I was just trying to stack my money up before I came home, cause like by then, man, I had lost shit. All the girls I had around with me for real, like I had like 2 main girls who was thugging it out with me, shit. Both of them had peeled off. So me fucking with her was kind of like filling the void for real. You feel what I'm saying? Cause my old lady, she had peeled off. Then my main girl, she had peeled off. So it was just kind of like, fuck it, you feel what I'm saying?
And this is my next question, and this is hypothetical here, but
Yeah,
you said she looked bad in your opinion,
yeah, she is.
but if she wasn't,
Yeah.
if she wasn't that good to look at, would you have still attempted to have a sexual relationship with a CO just for the fact that
Shit, probably
it's
so.
game, it's keeping you
Yeah, probably
entertained?
So. Man,
It's
that shit, man, listen, you trying to get the time over with as fast as possible. So, you feel what I'm saying? Like I said, shit like that, you had me looking forward, but it was making the days go by. You feel what I'm saying? Making the days go by. Looked up weeks, then months. The next thing you know, shit, it was time to go to re-entry. It was over with. So a little bad, a little jant. Yeah, probably like a little eye jant, maybe. I couldn't fuck with no ducks, though. I couldn't fuck with no ducks.
so if it was a duck, in your opinion, you wouldn't even attempt this?
Nah, cause I had
Even to pass the time, even for your own
I
entertainment?
had the opportunity. I just said, fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
And other inmates were trying to get her attention too.
Hell yeah, everybody wanted this. Everybody wanted that bitch.
And you were how many other inmates do you think were interested in her?
The whole yard.
How many people do you think that was, rough estimate?
3,500 people.
3,500 people and you beat all of them?
Man, what? Man,
You were the one out of 3,500 people.
chosen, man. That was God plan. God had that plan for me. He got that through he gave that to me. He got me through my time like that. Shout out to the big homie. Smallz, you interested in that prison life, huh? You watching Black is the New White and all that shit.
I haven't seen any of those shows personally, but
Yeah, that shit ain't, at the end of the day though, like I said, I got through the time, but that shit won't nowhere to be. That shit still would crop as a bitch for real, like, cause you feel what I'm saying? They just get you away for the moment, but reality is when the doors close at night and you wake up in the morning, that shit still fucked up. You feel what I'm saying? You and that bitch, you sleeping in the bathroom. You feel what I'm saying? With 9 times out of 10 with a motherfucking stranger. A nigga that you probably don't know unless you done got in there with one of your homeboys or something like that. But you know what I'm saying? That shit ain't nowhere to be, man. That shit crop, man.
you know, I've never seen that show that you're talking about, but it is interesting to me.
No, what's it called? Orange is the New Black.
Right, that's correct.
Yeah,
I've never seen an episode, but this part of the discussion does interest me because I've interviewed several people that have gone to prison for different bids.
Yeah.
But I've only interviewed one other person that's had a relationship with a CO in the manner you did.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't come across a lot of those, a lot of those experiences. So it is of interest to me being able to talk to you about it because you were able to have it and do it. And
yeah, that shit was, like I said, man, got me kind of like through my time for real. Got me through my little time and shit like that.
I know you never got caught for it, but was there ever a time when you were engaging with her you could have been? You almost did? Was there an almost?
We moved right, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, now it was just on some hang shit, dropping notes on me. I had the lieutenant pull up on one day like, man, I heard you got heard you in a relationship with one of my officers. I was like, man, that girl ain't paying me no man. I was like, man, I shot my shot, man. She shot me down, man. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, that girl ain't thinking about me, man. Ain't none of these girls thinking about them. One of these girls want them inmates. You feel what I'm saying?
She spit or swallow?
She nasty. She's nasty. Yeah, hey, no cap. Hey, on my dead nigga, man. Look, man, she was in the wrong profession, man. She was in the wrong profession, man. My nigga bitch was sucking goddamn apple through a coffee straw. My dead niggas.
But you won't say if she spit or swallow.
All that shit, you feel what I'm saying? What I tell her to do. What I tell her to do. But for real, like, keeping a band with you, I boom, like, I wouldn't even get a chance, like, to go wet long while I goddamn get off for real, because, you feel what I'm saying? You try to get it done quick in that bitch for real. So, shit, I goddamn started off, I goddamn, I might be at the edge, then goddamn, we go ahead, hurry up, clean up right quick. I go in the shower, you know what I mean?
So you could never really enjoy it like you wanted to?
Nah, I definitely enjoy that shit. I definitely enjoy that shit. Ain't nothing like looking down no bad ass bitch.
Do you think you're enjoying the actual, and hear me out, do you think you're enjoying the actual oral sex, or are you enjoying the rush, or the adrenaline rush of, are we gonna get caught? We're sneaking around. Can we get in trouble? Do you think you enjoy that more, or did you actually
I enjoy
enjoy
the head, you feel what I'm saying? Like my nigga Dog Jigger said, long little Dog Jigger, man. $100 for a nigga head right up my alley. $100 for some head right up my alley.
And you never had to pay for any of it?
Nope. Face card. But I'm a head, man. I'm a head, man. Bitch
Would you have?
What?
If she charged you, would you have?
Yup. Yup.
Okay, now you did 2.5 in the, is that right? 2.5 in the penitentiary, or just 2?
Yeah, I did like 2.5.
2.5 in the penitentiary.
Like
okay, what does...
2 in a few months, like 2 and 3 months.
And you may have answered some of this here to this next question, but I'll just ask just in case you have a different response. But what does being incarcerated in state prison feel like? Somebody watching this that's never been, what does that actually feel like?
That shit like waking up like a bad dream for real, cause that shit like, that's the worst of the worst for real, bro. Like, ain't nowhere you wanna be. You feel what I'm saying? It been times in that bitch. And then like, the state ain't like the feds, you know what I mean? Like the feds, I ain't been to the feds, but like a lot of my partners and family and shit have been there. So you surrounded by a lot of people of your caliber. You feel what I'm saying? About like the top-notch criminals in the world, you feel what I'm saying? They probably still got the scumbags in there and shit. But state, man, that's bottom of the barrel. That's like the rejects for real. So you in that bitch around, like niggas who won't never get no money, like niggas who just was in the way, did some dumb ass shit, and now they got down spending the rest of their life or however amount of time in that bitch. So like, then I'm coming there, I already got a little notoriety and shit. I got shit going on, and everybody trying to plug in with me and trying to fuck with me when we get on the outside and all that shit, man. You feel what I'm saying? And then you got just niggas in there on some sucker shit, just on some hang shit, cause they ain't never had nothing. They never experienced nothing in life. They never had shit, and niggas don't like that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Niggas don't like that shit. So like, state penitentiary, it's a whole different walk, man. You gotta walk right for real in that motherfucker. You gotta walk right in there.
Time out. Stay still. Don't move.
Smoking this shit.
No. The card was about to run out.
Smoking this shit. Smoking this out.
Smoking? What do you mean?
Nah, I'm not doing good.
Oh.
You hear me?
Okay, continuing the conversation.
Oh, let me see the mirror right quick.
Sure.
I'm gonna hold the tea. I actually got these bitches done for me. Lock the load. Thank you.
Okay, what are some do's and don'ts in state prison?
Do's and don'ts, man. I mean, main thing in there, and when you in penitentiary, be yourself, you feel what I'm saying? Be yourself, man. You feel what I'm saying? Because everybody in there, like they say, is a cliche, but you feel what I'm saying? Like prison, that's like the army. Like you can be all you can be in there, motherfucker. I know niggas in that joint who I know for a fact, bro, you ain't even know he ain't had no car. You know he ain't had no car, but they come in there telling people, oh man, I was out there, bitch, goddamn riding on 30s, on motherfucking wet paint job, but because you around a lot of people that you don't know, you feel what I'm saying? Like probably 85% of the people you don't know, so you can go in there and fabricate anything you want, but I mean, real recognize real, a lot of shit you see through, man. So I say like the dudes is just to be yourself, man, and just focus and put your mind on the right shit. the better yourself when you get out there. Like even though I had a lot of shit going on, like I'm in there getting money, traveling and shit, and goddamn, I got shot and shit like that. But I was still educating myself, reading books, writing music, building solid relationships with real niggas. You feel what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Just bettering myself, working out, listening to good music, meditating some nights. You feel what I'm saying? So, dudes, I just say, like I said, be yourself, man. Just do whatever you can do to better yourself while you in there, because you definitely want to make the best of your time. You feel what I'm saying? But don't go in there and try to get into some shit that you know you ain't ready for. See, a lot of people in prisons for being something they not. I heard somebody say this, and it's so true. You feel what I'm saying? You got killers in there for trying to be drug dealers. You got drug dealers in there for trying to be killers. So you feel what I'm saying? So and it's a lot of young niggas coming in there, man. It's sad for real. Like, you might catch a young nigga, might be 17, 18 coming there, and he lost for real. You feel what I'm saying? Then again, all this time, 40, 50 years. I mean, he don't even know how to carry. He don't know how to look at this shit. So he done got down when to join gangs, and you feel what I'm saying? Now he into some shit that you really can't get out of, you feel what I'm saying? Unless it's in a box, you feel what I'm saying? And I mean, I got respect for a lot of gang members, and I got a lot of respect from gang members. Some of my closest friends are now gang members, some of my closest friends on the outside gang members, but you feel what I'm saying? A lot of dudes going there and just trying to get down, trying to get down with some shit, you feel what I'm saying? And end up in over their head and don't know how to maneuver, and just get caught up in more shit, man. Just make their time way too hard for themselves, man. And another dude, just when you get in there, just try to find you a little bad CO who gonna bite. You feel what I'm saying? Who gonna pack that pussy. if that's what you into, you feel what I'm saying? That's the type of shit I was into. You know what I'm saying? And it definitely don't, man. If you got somebody on the outside, man, who holding you down, like, don't worry them to death. Don't run them off, man. Always be grateful of your support, man, because that's when you see who really for you, who really fuck with you. You feel what I'm saying? When you behind that wall, like my brother E, like Scree, he rolled my whole bid with me, bro. And I know for a fact I worried this nigga to fucking death. You feel what I'm saying? I worried this nigga to death, man. Like damn near every day, he one of the main people I call. Every single day I call Scree, you feel what I'm saying? He in here with me right now. I can bring him on. Throw this, come on. Put that shit on one time. You know what I'm saying? That's my motherfucking brother. He rolled that whole bid with me, you feel what I'm saying?
Did you want your face in the camera because it was only your hand?
Roll the whole
Yeah, you gotta lower yourself just a little bit.
Roll the whole bid with me, you feel what I'm saying? Thug it out with me. You feel what I'm saying? Even when he get locked up and I get locked up, we still writing each other, you feel what I'm saying? So like when you got people like that, man, you just wanna be appreciative. Then I got my mama. My mama was there from day one, my daddy, you feel what I'm saying? Even my daughter, she thugged it out with me. You feel what I'm saying? She knew how to answer the phone, wrote me letters and shit. You feel what I'm saying? Now, like I said, I had some females there. You feel what I'm saying? It was. You just gotta appreciate everybody who there for you. You feel what I'm saying? That's like the main thing.
What was the biggest lesson you learned with your state prison experience out of everything?
Value my time more. You gotta value your time, man. Like, now I understand when people say like, time is money, or you feel what I'm saying? I see it vividly now. I understood it then, but I really understand it now. Like them years I ain't gonna never get back. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't gonna never get them years back. I went in, I was 25, I came home when I was 29. You feel what I'm saying? Came home when I was 29 years old. So like that's basically half of my 20s that I missed, you feel what I'm saying? But it made me a better person, you feel what I'm saying? I learned so much. I wouldn't have been ready for all this shit if I hadn't went to prison, you feel what I'm saying? I wouldn't have been prepared for it because I was so arrogant, you feel what I'm saying? So just, I ain't really had no type of plan for real. I was just living for the next day, you feel what I'm saying? Well, it helped me put shit together, put a plan together, get some business plans together, educate myself, you feel what I'm saying? Get the, you know what I mean? Just bettering myself as a man, you feel what I'm saying?
And when you say prepared for, are you talking about this interview? Are you talking about the music business, or what are you referring to?
My career choice happened to be the music business, so you feel what I'm saying? Like, that I knew that's what I wanted to do. Before I got locked up, I had already made a decision. Like, I'm gonna be a mogul in the music industry. You feel what I'm saying? Not necessarily just a rapper, but I own my own label. You feel what I'm saying? I own my own publishing company. You feel what I'm saying? And I own my own music. I own my own masters, all that good shit. So when I went in, I was like, look, if that's you dress for the job you want. So I started, you feel me, educate myself, ordering books, get my folks to order me books, going to the library, reading books about it. You feel what I'm saying? And even for this interview, you feel what I'm saying? I can name numerous times in there, motherfuckers think I'm crazy. I'm in there talking to myself, but really I'm just preparing because I know this is what my life headed. I know this is what I'm gonna do. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, this shit now is like second nature to me.
What are the names of some of those entities?
Entities, my record label called Never Stop Grinding Records. NSG, Never Stop Grinding Records. That's the name of my label. Porterville Publishing. And, I got some other business ventures that's in the works right now. I can't really speak on too much because they're in the works. And I'm still getting through the red tape, but yeah, like entrepreneurship.
Oh, okay. If you could turn back the hands of time, speaking of time, would you have done anything different?
Yeah.
What? What would you have done differently if you could turn back the hands of time?
I would have been more mindful of the people that I was hurting, you feel what I'm saying? From doing the time, like my children and shit like that. Because when I left, my children was 3, 4, and 5, you feel what I'm saying? So when I got home, 7, 8, 9, and it kind of, I really had to, like, even though I was talking to them throughout and they was coming to see me and shit, my mama would bring them down to see me. My ex-fiance, she'll bring them down to see me. Shit, my daddy, or whatever, they bring them down. But it's hard, like, when I on an everyday basis, for real. Because you can't, it's hard to raise a child in 15 minutes, 20-minute phone calls, you feel what I'm saying? Or an hour visit, you feel what I'm saying? So I would have been more mindful of who I was hurting by doing the time, because really, for me, the time was whatever, you feel what I'm saying? But for them, that shit, they was missing their daddy, you feel what I'm saying? So that was like the realest, like, that's one thing I do regret is basically like leaving them out here, you feel what I'm saying? Even though they had good support, you feel what I'm saying? My people stepped up, my mama was there, their mama was there, mamas was there, my brother, he stepped up, daddy, you feel what I'm saying? People stepped up for me, but ain't nothing like having your daddy there. So that was just like, that was a whole nother, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah.
How's your relationship now with your children?
Awesome. I feel like I'm the best dad in the world.
Do you feel like because you haven't been there for that amount of time, do you feel like you're overcompensating?
Yeah.
Do you go extra because, okay, instead of getting this size teddy bear, you're gonna get the big teddy bear because...
Bro, my kid's so motherfucking spoiled, bro. Now, mind you, Christmas in 2 weeks. Christmas, what, like 14 days, some shit like that?
Yep.
I can't stop buying them shit, you feel what I'm saying? But it ain't just about that. Like, I spend real quality time with my children. I cherish that shit, you feel what I'm saying? Have real conversations with my children, you feel what I'm saying? Teach them things, how to cook, teaching my son, training him, getting him trained for football. My daughter, she wanna do nails, getting her nail kits. And then just questions they have. My other daughter, she just love TV for real. So even though I'm just sitting watching TV, word, you feel what I'm saying? Even like they even got a song now. They got a song out right now on YouTube called Big Rats. Princess Leia featuring Baby D and Key the Main called Big Rats. It's on my YouTube channel actually. It got like 11,000 views. But you know what I mean? Just being able to invest in their dreams. Like, I want to make a song. They get inspired by me, you feel what I'm saying? So You never want, like I said, you never want to limit your kids what they feel like they can be, their imagination or nothing, because they really can be anything they want to be.
2 out of the 3 names are your children?
All 3 of my children.
All 3 are your children?
Leah, Dion, Kevon, in that order, from oldest to youngest.
Okay. And same mother for all 3 children?
Nah. I got 2 different baby mamas. 2 out one.
Which one's to which?
Jalea and Kevon, they got the same mama, and Dion got another mama.
And when they made that song, all 3 of them were together?
Yeah, we was in the studio. I ain't gonna lie, that was one of like the proudest dad moments right there. Like, even though I wouldn't want my children to be rappers, you feel what I'm saying? I don't even know if I want them to be entertainment, because the world's so harsh now, you feel what I'm saying? Like, even on the video, I turned the comments off. Because I know I'd be, like, you can say what you want about me, but you talk about my motherfucking children. Like, that's when I flipped, so I just went ahead and turned the comments off. I even got mad at who the fuck disliked the video. I think they got like a couple dislikes on who the fuck disliked kids' videos and them having fun and, you feel what I'm saying, enjoying themselves, all bright smiles and happy. Like, who could dislike that? But, like I said, man, and like, that was like a proud dad moment right there. And the song hot. They got a little bop, you feel what I'm saying?
Did you help with the lyrics of that song, or you stay out of the way of
I
that?
helped a little bit for real. Like, I just wanted to see them express themselves. You feel what I'm saying? That was like a release for them. Because I know that's what music is for me, is a release. So it was like a release for them.
So do they ask for your help, or do they make the song and you kind of make it a little bit better than what it was?
They just did the song and it just came out hard. But for the most part, like, that was just something they wanted to do. And I ain't really asked to get in the studio too much more after that. They ain't really think about it. They wanted to do it, shoot a video. Now it's done. Now, you know, kids, they mind everywhere. Their attention span is short, so they on to the next thing. They on to the next thing. But they great, though. They did an awesome job. They did great, and I'm very proud, though.
But they initiate all this on their own?
Yeah, it was really my oldest daughter. She said she wanted to do a song, and she's like the little leader of the pack. So once she said it, then the other kid like, yeah. So I'm just in the studio on one night. I just said, you know what I mean, fuck it. Let's do it. You want to do a song? Come on, let's do it.
Which one's the oldest?
Jalea. Princess Leah. That's my baby girl. That's like my best friend, for real. Like, I can talk to her about anything. Anything. But I love them all equally. That's my firstborn, and she the oldest, so she kind of understand certain things more than they would.
I want to clean up some of my questions now. So I had a list of questions for you, and I skipped maybe 1 or 2 of them by mistake. So I just want to go back and just get you to answer some of them just for a little bit more clarity. Let me just search here. Okay, I did want to ask you this. Both of your attorneys, how much money did they cost?
It cost some racks.
Well, separately. How much did you spend with each?
It cost some racks. I ain't totally in legal fees. I spent like, it was 5 figures.
For total everything, 5 figures.
Yeah, it was 5 figures. I ain't gonna say the exact amount or whatever, but because I really don't remember, but it was 5 figures. I want to say upwards of like 20,000. Yeah, like 20,000, something like that, or close to it.
I take it you're not gonna, and I can't remember the names. Can you tell me the names again of each attorney you used?
Fuck Russell Bold. Salute to Lee Kilduff, man. If you're ever in trouble and you're in Virginia or anywhere in the world, man, I recommend Lee Kilduff, man. She can go in there and put the boxing gloves on for you, and she gonna fight like a champ.
And that's what I was gonna ask, if you would use her again.
Fuck yeah, hey yeah. I told you, Lee, that's how Johnny Cochran.
Now, what is your race, ethnicity, nationality?
I'm a pure nigga.
What was each attorney's race, ethnicity, nationality?
Both of them were white.
What about the judge in each case?
White.
Prosecutor in each case?
white.
Do you think that had a role in this at all? The racial divide there?
Man, really like.
Do you feel like it had an outcome? Do you feel
I
like
really
it played a part
I try
into
not to
the...
even make excuses for this shit because I did the crime, I did the time. So I ain't even gonna make all the excuses and say, oh, it was because of this, because of that. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I did feel like I got did wrong by my lawyer, but other than that, man, shit, I know what I was doing. I know what I was doing, did, man. I ain't here to point no fingers. I ain't nobody no scapegoat. I don't live like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so, and it's now, today's date is December 13th.
Yeah.
You got out March 2nd
Yeah.
of 2020.
Yeah, I ain't been home a year yet. I ain't been home a year yet. I'm doing pretty good, man. I ain't been home a year, came home, hit the ground running, you feel what I'm saying? Shit was a little tough at first because, like, I ain't had no plan. Like, I ain't gonna say no plan, but I ain't, like, my main plan, like, far as, like, me moving in with my old lady and I had to regroup everything, like, my last year damn near, and rearrange everything how I was gonna live. Like, I got so many business plans and shit like that, but my main, like, support, like, cause of course I have my mama and shit like that, but I won't move back home with my mama. I came home and I stayed in the hotel room my first 90 days, every single day. Thugging every single day, man. You feel what I'm saying? Until I got my paper and shit right, and when I got my own spot, you feel what I'm saying? But shit, it was just me and Cool, me and my Uncle Rich Porter, for real. And my brother, they held me down, my mama, you feel what I'm saying? I had good support, you feel what I'm saying? But man, that shit was scary, cuz, you feel what I'm saying? Not knowing you coming home and shit don't go as planned when you locked up. As far as like your old lady pull off. Then I had another old lady, she peeled off. I'm like, damn, they getting pregnant on me. So it's just like, damn, like, what the fuck a nigga gonna do, you feel what I'm saying? Like, so when I got out this bitch, then I come home straight to a fucking pandemic. I come home, the whole world shut down, you feel what I'm saying? Job shut down, even if I was thinking about getting a 9 to 5 and shit like that, they shut the jobs down, shut work down, you feel what I'm saying? And so you need a nigga go for what they know, you feel what I'm saying? Just by the grace of God, man, he had some good plans for me. God had some good plans for me, and I've just been making the best of my situation. You feel what I'm saying? But like I said, my first 9 days, first 3 months, man, I stayed in the hotel. Man. You feel what I'm saying? Like, once I got my shit together, it been up ever since.
Do you follow a religion?
Yeah, we grew up Baptist.
And that's under Christianity?
Yeah, basically.
Who raised you like that?
My grandma Martha, she kept us in the church, man. Rest in peace, grandma. But she kept us in that's my dad and mama, man. Even both sides, even my great grandma, she raised me for the most part. And my mama, she ain't never really go to church too much. My daddy, not too much, but my grandma Martha, man, we had no bullshit, man. We go to church about 9 in the morning. We might not leave till about 6 p.m. I'm talking about drag, but for me it was only like maybe once a month for real. I go for real like that. Like I won't like, man, that shit used to be too long. You feel what I'm saying? I'm in there shouting and shit, man. But after the first hour, that's cool, but the shit after that, man, you like, God damn, they still shouting. But you feel what I'm saying? But like, I ain't like the biggest. I ain't super big, like no big religious. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't no super duper religious, but I got my own relationship with God. You feel what I'm saying? He know me. Like that's my big dog. Like he know me. I can talk to him. I pray. I prayed every day when I was in prison. I mean, I pray out here. You feel what I'm saying? I talk to him. he been lining everything up for me smooth, so, you feel what I'm saying?
Some people are super duper religious though. Why aren't you?
I don't know, probably just feel like it'd been hypocritical, cause the way I was living, like I was in the streets, like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I was thugging, you feel what I'm saying? Trapping my little hot out. I was trapping my little hot out, real shit. And like, I felt like now when I was thinking about it, when I was locked out, I was like, damn, like, I was fucking my community up with this shit I was doing for real. So then, like, it just make you think, like, then, like, niggas really just ain't really had no time really to go to church. It's paper chasing and shit like that. Like, I just ain't really make too much time for it. I ain't make a lot of time for it like I should have. You feel what I'm saying? It's one of my goals in the near future though. Like, kind of like at least try to get some type of schedule where I can go once a month or, you feel what I'm saying? But like I said, I got my own relationship with God, so I feel like as long as I keep that up with him, I'm gonna be good.
And in your life, what age or what grade are you for sure not super duper religious?
What you mean? Not
Because there was a point when grandma was taking you to church and you would
once we hit teenage years, like I was playing sports all my life. Like I thought I was going to the NBA up until like 9th grade year. You feel what I'm saying? Cause that was always my dream. I wanted to play basketball. And I wanted to rap. You feel what I'm saying? That was my two main dreams. That's all I wanted to do for real. Play basketball or be a rapper. You feel what I'm saying? And once I seen basketball, wasn't really it. I was like, all right, what's next? You feel what I'm saying? I wanted to be a rapper, but shit, I'm young. I ain't got no scratch. Did invest in myself. You feel what I'm saying? Then, like my mama, she always made sure we straight. My dad made sure we straight. You feel what I'm saying? But I get to an age, man, I used to just get in so much trouble and like they try to like wash their hands with me. You feel what I'm saying? Wash their hands with me and not like turn their back on me, but kind of like, you feel what I'm saying? I think I was like 17 when I left home, 16 or 17 when I left home. I'm with my mama, moved my dad, and my dad wasn't going for that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Moved my grandma wasn't going for it. Moved my uncle wasn't going with that. My uncle, he wasn't going for that shit. Like, me and him keep fighting and shit. Then, shit, next thing I know, I'm in a hotel, I'm traveling with my uncle cool, like, you feel what I'm saying? Nigga just had to find his own way. Had to find his own way, and I appreciate it and I love him for that. You feel what I'm saying? For letting me find my way and let me go through my trials and tribulations and shit like that, because it made a man of me for real. You feel what I'm saying? By the time I was 18, I had a child on the way. You feel what I'm saying? I had my child on the way, so I kind of like grew up a little faster than probably the average nigga will grow up, but it was all God plan. You feel what I'm saying?
This was an uncle on your father's side?
Which one? That I was thugging with? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
my uncle cool. Yeah, he my road manager. You feel what I'm saying? He just like he really like he took me in for real. He took me in, man, and like kind of like showed me the ropes for real. You feel what I'm saying? Showed me like if you 10 toes down, cause like back then like I was thugging and shit. You know what I mean? They were getting a little money and shit like that. Like a little mid and shit like that. But just always fucking up, like constantly always fucking up. You feel what I'm saying? So at the point like kind of like even not even just when on no trap shit, just in life general. Like I don't even know how I graduated for real. Like I had got to a point where I had stopped. I had just dropped out at one point. I was like, shit, I ain't playing. I ain't on the basketball team. You feel what I'm saying? I had just dropped out and for like I tried to drop out, but man, he used to pay crackheads to take me to school. No cap, like pay crackheads to take me to school. Made sure I went. My grandma stayed on my ass. Made sure I went. Made sure I graduated. You feel what I'm saying? And I got through that got the skin on my teeth, man. But I'm glad I did it. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm glad I got that accomplished. You feel what I'm saying?
What high school you graduate?
Petersburg High School.